Good evening. Generate Talent here to tell you about 3 players I need off all my teams right now. Number 1, Michael Penix Jr., the quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons. I don't even want to say starting quarterback, because to say starting quarterback, that would mean he's confident that it's his job, and that's not the case. So Matt Ryan takes over, and you see Michael Penix post this, like, I just need the opportunity. Give me a shot. I got you guys. Would someone be posting this if they were worried about their job? I mean, it seems like he's worried to me. Coming off a big time injury, he's going to be 26 when the season starts. Going 3-6 last year. And going 1-4 the year before his rookie season. Something we're going to toss out here as well is what Stephen A. Smith said, and I know we can't take Stephen A. Smith's word for bond. I'm going to play that clip real quick.
I'm going to tell you what I was told, that you see him lined up in the shotgun most of the time because it's difficult for him to line up under center because he has to bend his knees too much. I mean, damn.
Okay, to coincide with that clip, it has a reflection that Michael Penix is 50% of the time for his snaps, he's out of pistol. And I went to the University of Nevada. I was watching Kaepernick all 4 years. He was out of pistol. And where pistol kills you is when you're a dual threat quarterback. This guy's not a dual threat quarterback. His knees are shot. His arm, they say he's got the, great deep ball and all that stuff, but I haven't seen it in the league. It hasn't been a reflection of his record. But I really want to talk about just on the field. Okay, you can make a point where he's only played 14 games. You got to give him time. Peyton Manning needed time to show that he was legit. But when you come into the league at 25, when you expect to see some experience from college transferring over, and it just doesn't look like he's that guy. He was drafted in the 04 draft with Drake May, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Bo Nix. It's starting to look like Penix and JJ McCarthy are just, the two that got to wear it on the chin. They aren't that draft class. They aren't the top of the class. They're not the cream of the crop. But let's talk about off the field. Now, this is my quarterback, right, for the Atlanta Falcons. This was him at the University of Indiana prior to getting hurt. Comes to the Kay Adams show. His hair's out. You see it? Now, this is how he came to Kay Adams a couple days ago. In the offseason, mind you. So, okay, he comes with the do-rag. Like, I get it if it's after the game or, in the locker room, you came straight from training camp or something like that. But no, this guy chose to wear a do-rag to sit down with Kay Adams, where, as before in college, didn't wear one. Okay, so this looks like I'm getting a little too comfortable in my job attire. You know what I mean? We've all been there when we've been at a job for a long period of time. We got comfortable, we just started doing what we wanted to. Got away with a few things. This looks like what he's trying to do here, or just how he's feeling. He feels like the top of Atlanta. And I think things could change real quickly, especially with the injury history. You have a couple-year window to prove it, and then it's over. We see all these veteran quarterbacks maybe struggle in the early going. They got placed in a new system. They got to watch and then succeed later in their career, a la Sam Darnold. Not saying that's what's going to happen here. There are a lot of different ways this could go. Maybe he works out for Atlanta and it's great. But the early start, I'm not convinced. Just seeing this old picture too. This was way back in his Indiana years. Just seeing the picture of the wheelchair, I just get the heebie-jeebies, man. I just don't want any part of Penix going from his off the field attire to how he plays on the field. Not a winner. You have the best running back in football on your team, and you've won 4 games out of 14 in 2 years. Like that can't happen. Also, he's won 4 total games in 14. With 2 of those, the opponent didn't score over 7 points. So you can give those 2 wins to the defense. I understand it's a team game, but Penix really has only won 2 games where he had to, score more than 7 points. So that's something to worry about as well. You can't, with Bijan, with Drake London, this can't be the case. Your team's struggling out of the gate. They put Kirk Cousins in. He kind of revitalized the team late in the year. We know Kirk's not the future, but the way he was able to rally these Falcons to kind of close with a respectable record. They didn't have a draft pick, so it was cool that they just started rattling off of those wins at the end of the year. Their draft pick was sent to the Rams for James Pierce. And so Mike Fontenot, before he left the Falcons, he left a couple nice gifts. He left Mike Penix, who I'm out on. And he left James Pierce, who looks like the law is out on. We'll see. But it does not look good for that 2024 and 2025 class of picks for the Atlanta Falcons. So another reason I'm out for fantasy purposes, he's being valued like the starter, and I'm not sure that he definitely is a starter. He threw for 2,000 yards last year, 9 touchdowns, 3 picks. That sounds hot, but if you're not winning games, like I don't care what the numbers look like, 57.9 QBR. If you're not winning games, like you got to go, man, or you got to sit behind someone that will show you how that works, because obviously something is not connecting here. Off the field, feel like you're not reflecting the organization. You're going to dress how you want. And then on the field, yeah, your stats look okay. That deep ball they told me was like legit with Penix. I haven't seen it. And the touchdowns, okay, he threw 9 touchdowns in 2025. How many were just jump balls to Drake London? I swear, Drake London made some great catches for Mike Penix. I think that, did Drake London have a 3 touchdown game too, as well as Kyle Pitts? I feel like they were all jump balls in the corner of the end zone from like the 20-yard line. I haven't seen this deep ball that they rave that Penix has, and that was supposed to be his elite trait. So if you're not showing me your elite trait, I can't for sure say you're going to be the Falcons starting quarterback in 2026, 2027, moving forward. There's no way I'm going to keep you around in fantasy at your ADP as a starter, because I don't know that you're the starter, and when you've been in there, you don't look like a starter to me.
And I gotta say, man, they tried to write us off, but we ain't right back. We ain't right back.
Now, here's a guy, sounding like Chris Collinsworth. Here's a guy that's copying Geno Smith. This is another Jason Tatum, like can't get his own words. He's in like natty interviews, and he's stealing Geno Smith's "I didn't write back." Like, be creative, my guy. Like, I want to like you. I can't like you. Penix, peace. We can revisit Penix, but again, I'm not really a lefty quarterback guy either. Tua and Penix are the only 2 lefties in the league. We heard from Odell Beckham Jr. that the spin from a lefty spiral is a little bit different and you have to adjust. So you're talking about another thing that goes against, maybe, I mean, I don't know. To me, it goes against Michael Penix. So starting, he's old. He's 26 years old starting the season. He's injury prone. We could say that based off his history and only playing 14 games in 2 years. The deep ball, the elite trait, is not there. And you're playing with Bijan Robinson, where you don't have to score a whole lot and you're losing games. So overall record with 14 games, you won 4 of them with a team that should be winning way more games. And we saw with Cousins, he was able to flip that around. And I don't think big about Cousins. So we definitely got to see something from Penix this year. If he even gets a shot, that might be the end of the road here. And we might be sitting with the clipboard for the next couple years trying to figure it out. Mike Fontenot, actually, when he drafted Penix, he's like, ideally, we'd want him to sit for 5 years. That means we're doing a good job that he never had to play. Well, he got put into the fire pretty much right away. So everything Fontenot tried to do has backfired at this point. Maybe he gets lucky. Penix turns his career around, makes it look like a good pick for him. But Penix just looks bad, man. Looks bad. I don't want any part of it. We're passing. Going into number 2, we got Malik Neighbors. Now, Malik Neighbors, we know, is a superstar talent. I'm not doubting the talent at all. But there are a couple things I'm doubting with Neighbors. Really only one, let's be honest. That cane. That cane. I don't know why he was walking with a cane 3 months after surgery. When he was asked about it and said that that wasn't the normal procedure, he said there's a lot of stuff messed up in my knee. Now, I don't hear like big time receivers talk like that. That scares me. That really scares me. And then you have, Nagy going over there now with the offense. I'm starting to be out on that Giants team. I know there's a lot of hype around it, which makes it easier to be out on. So I've been selling my neighbor's shares high. I actually sold a neighbor's share, jumped it up to JSN with a couple pieces on one of the orphans I picked up. So yeah, I've been selling all my neighbor's shares, and I like them, don't get me wrong, but I'm in buy windows. Like I'm in win now windows. And even if Neighbors starts the season, let's say week 1, he's in with the Giants, I just don't trust that he's going to be healthy enough this season to really produce like the alpha wide receiver one I need. Long term, no real worries. I don't think it's going to be a long-term thing, but for 2026, I just don't trust that Malik Neighbors is going to be able to help me win this chip that I'm ready for. Yeah, maybe he plays late in the year, but I'm in the playoffs at that point. I'd rather get the value now. I'm out on his ADP. I think Keep Trade Cut has him as a 4th receiver. There's no way I'm buying Neighbors at wide receiver 4 this year. And last but not least, this is my 3rd trade away, and everyone's going to hate me for this, and I'm sorry. It's Brenton Strange, and I know a lot of you guys love Brenton Strange. Coming from the tight end position, I play in a lot of tight end premium leagues. So for me, I keep a finger on the pulse of what's going on for tight ends. And yes, Brenton Strange, I like him, but I don't love him. And his ADP, I think he's a little overrated. There's a lot of pass catchers in that Jaguars system. We don't know what's going on with Travis Hunter. There's just so many questions. And the last thing I want to do is bet on a tight end when they're 4 deep at receiver. We know Liam Cohen's creative. I don't know what he's going to do. 12 personnel could not be a thing. Those tight ends maybe not on the field as much, and it's just all wide receivers. Who knows what it's going to look like. And then another thing with this graphic here, Brenton Strange got targeted 3 times in the end zone in 2025 in 12 games. Like, you're supposed to be the big tight end, big body karate, and you're not getting targets like that. Jacoby Myers, 10. He wasn't even on the team for a majority of the season. When did Jacoby Myers come over to the Jaguars? Let's see. Sorry, I need to look this one up. I didn't have this one queued. So this was the Raiders. They traded him early November 25 is close enough for me. So you're telling me in November 2025, Jacksonville played into the playoffs a little bit, in which Brenton Strange had 9 yards in the playoff game. Absolutely despicable, as Daffy Duck would say. But forget the playoff game. Things happen in the playoffs. These are rookies trying to do things in the playoffs, and they're not ready for it. But 3 end zone targets, that's a big concern for me. De'Ami Brown had more, which I didn't even know he saw the field past November. So that's one big thing for me. If we're talking about Brenton Strange, I'm going to pull his box score up as well. And this is the thing. I don't hate Brenton Strange. I just don't want to deal with all the stuff that comes with it in terms of what's really going on in Jacksonville. Which receivers are playing? Who's going to cornerback? Are we going to have just all the complexities until there's a big trade that goes down? I just can't trust it. So we said November, yeah. From November on, we had 1 game of 6 receptions, 2 games of 5 receptions for Brenton Strange. So now at this point, you're talking about a majority of his games with 3 receptions after the Jacoby Myers trade. 3 receptions and his highest yardage being 54 yards. That means we're tight end touchdown reliant, and he only gets 3 targets in the end zone. I can't rely on that. I'm sorry. Like, that's something we can't rely on. If you're getting 3 targets the whole year in the end zone, and you're mainly a guy that's going to catch 3 balls a game, I don't even think you didn't have a 100-yard game either. So we're talking about probably a 10-point tight end, depending on your league settings. I know he has the hype behind him. Trevor Lawrence looks great. I'm a believer in Trevor Lawrence, but I just don't want a piece of this offense. I don't. It's too complicated. I don't know who's going to be the main guy. Does BTJ bounce back? Again, I don't know. I don't want to be the guy holding the bag, going to get Travis Hunter, and then he is a D-back the whole year because of their, inability to trade BTJ or trade one of these receivers away. So just to run it all the way back, my 3 players that I'm trading away not keeping on any rosters, don't want a piece of them at their ADP. That doesn't mean I don't want Malik Neighbors. Come on, man. Elite talent. If Penix comes for cheap as a toss-in, of course. Brenton Strange as well. It's tight end premium leagues. Like, I'm all over it. But at their 3 ADPs, at Neighbors being wide receiver 4, I'm not paying that price. It's too risky right now. And he's coming off an ACL, man. This is not like he's just going to drop in week 1 and play like prime Jamar Chase. I think people are too high on him. Brenton Strange, Michael Penix Jr. I'm out on those 3. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Those are 3 players I would trade away. Stay tuned. I'll be talking about 3 players that I'm getting everywhere in all my leagues. I'm trying, everyone's in their off-season vacation and they know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make it difficult for me. I'm trying to acquire Dalton Kincaid, and they just, they're making me throw the whole bank at them, and which I'm not willing to do. As I told you before, I'm going to wait till Buffalo gets that number 1 receiver, and then I'm going to come knocking on the door for Kincaid. Like, hey, yo, look, the team just got A.J. Brown. Kincaid's getting no catches moving forward. I'll give you, a mid-second, something, trying to play him. But that's what this is about. It's all about values. This is a moving stock market. And right now I'm out on Strange, Neighbors, Penix. I'll see you guys soon. Generate talent. Peace.